Empaths and narcissists are often seen as opposites, one deeply feeling, the other self-absorbed. But what happens when an empath, usually known for their compassion and patience, finally reaches their breaking point? In this video, we'll explore why a fed-up empath can actually become more dangerous than the narcissist who pushed them too far. We'll look at the emotional dynamics, the triggers, and the surprising power that emerges when an empath decides enough is enough. Let's start by understanding the core differences between these two personalities and set the stage for what happens when the tables turn. Empath is someone who feels the emotions of others deeply, often absorbing the moods and energies around them. They're naturally compassionate, supportive, and understanding, making them magnets for people in need. However, this sensitivity can also make them vulnerable to emotional manipulation, especially by narcissists. Empaths tend to put others first, sometimes at the expense of their own well-being. But what happens when their kindness is taken for granted one too many times? Let's dig deeper into the empath's world to see what makes them tick and what might make them snap. Narcissists thrive on attention and control. They often use manipulation, gaslighting, and emotional games to get what they want. Their lack of empathy makes it easy for them to exploit those who are more sensitive, like empaths. Over time, these tactics can wear down even the most patient empath, leaving them feeling drained and powerless. But there's a limit to how much an empath can take. When that limit is reached, the dynamic between the empath and the narcissist can shift dramatically, setting the stage for a powerful reversal. Every empath has a threshold, a point where they simply can't take anymore. After enduring repeated manipulation, criticism, or emotional abuse, the empath's patience runs out. This breaking point is crucial. It's not just about anger, it's about self-preservation. The empath realizes that continuing to tolerate toxic behavior is no longer an option. This moment of clarity can be both liberating and transformative, as the empath decides to stand up for themselves, often for the first time in the relationship. Pushed to their limit, empaths tap into a hidden reservoir of strength. Years of observing, understanding, and supporting others have given them deep insight into human behavior, including the narcissist's weaknesses. This awareness allows the empath to set firm boundaries and take decisive action. They may cut off contact, expose the narcissist's tactics, or simply refuse to play along any longer. The empath's strength is quiet but powerful, and it often catches the narcissist completely off guard. Fed-up empath is dangerous not because they seek revenge, but because they finally prioritize their own well-being. Their refusal to tolerate abuse disrupts the narcissist's control. The empath's actions can expose the narcissist's behavior to others, undermining their power. In some cases, the empath's departure leaves the narcissist without their usual source of validation and attention. This shift can be devastating for the narcissist, who is unprepared for the empath's newfound resolve. Setting boundaries is one of the most powerful tools an empath can use. By clearly defining what is and isn't acceptable, the empath protects themselves from further harm. Boundaries force the narcissist to confront their own behavior and often leave them powerless to manipulate. For the empath, this is a turning point, a move from victim to empowered individual. It's not about aggression, but about self-respect and the courage to walk away from what no longer serves them. When the empath finally walks away or stands up for themselves, the narcissist is left reeling. Their usual tactics no longer work, and they may struggle to find a new source of validation. The loss of control can trigger anger, confusion, or even desperation. Meanwhile, the empath begins to heal, often discovering a new sense of freedom and confidence. This reversal of roles highlights just how powerful a fed-up empath can be, and why they should never be underestimated. In the end, the journey of a fed-up empath is one of empowerment and growth. By recognizing their own worth and refusing to be mistreated, they transform not only their own lives but also the dynamics of their relationships. The empath's story is a reminder that compassion and strength can coexist, and that standing up for oneself is sometimes the most powerful act of all. If you're an empath, remember, your sensitivity is a gift, but your boundaries are your shield.